Looks like they're going to jam them all in to one. It's Episcopal School of Texas will line up on the inside in one. Then it's Mount Gilead. Valhalla will be next. Then Ventura running. Park Hill South. Helena Novas. Camarillo. There's Camarillo in the baby blue. Park Hills Athletic with their wild racing kits on. Very fashionable and stylish. Oregon Distance Project next. Ridgeline. Springville, Team Onalaska, Davis, California, and Loyola, California on the outside. 14 teams taking to the line here. And remember, it's 1,200, 400, 800, 1,600. And this, just like it was for the girls, this is a championship race. So medals and podium places on the line here in the boys' distance medley championship at the Nike Outdoor Nationals. To the line they go. And some stutter steps at the start, so officials will probably just have a little chat with the boys and tell them how to just get into position, stay calm, green card for the field. Nerves coming up at the start, I can tell. And we're away. A quicker gun there. I think that was another reason they were holding them for a long time at the start. I know I was always nervous at start lines, Don. You race at a much higher level than I did. Even whenever you, at whatever level you race at, the nerves always come out at the start line, I'm sure.
Yes, you have to take that deep breath and literally sometimes just shake your hands, kick your legs a little bit. You know, kind of just wake yourself up. Feel like, okay, bring yourself to awareness right now. Don't let your nerves overtake the moment because it can, and it will rob you of the hard work that you put in. So yeah, right here seeing those young men like jog up to the line with distance runners, I love it because you can see them like shoot the gun, you know. And so 14 of them lined up. I love it because we don't get this in the sprints. You're never going to have 14 of us because it's just too dangerous. But the way that you all line up distance runners and attack that line, I love coming out that turn. It's amazing.
So Ventura running, Episcopal School, Team Onalaska, all up there. And we're going to go to an interview with Southlake, winner of the girls' DMR.
Back to back. I'm here with Southlake, your DMR national champions. Now, dominating relay. Talk to us about it. Like, how do y'all do it?
Well, my teammate Catalina, you know, she took the lead from the gun. She knew what she wanted to do. She executed her 3 fast laps, and then I just took it, did what I have to do, and then my teammates followed.
I love it. How are you ladies planning to celebrate?
Ice cream!
I love it. Thank you so much, y'all. Make some noise for your national champions in the DMR.
It was Ventura.
Thank you, T. Williams, for that, Don. They talked a bit about that passion and ice cream, very essential.
Yes, girls after my own heart. Anytime I was asked, when I won literally Beijing, they're like, so what are you going to do to celebrate? I said, strawberry Haagen-Dazs ice cream. It's the way to do it.
Even when you win locally or you're winning Olympic gold medals, it's ice cream for the win.
It's the same thing, exactly. When you make those type of sacrifices all year, I want what I want, and it's ice cream.
All right, back to this, after that very exciting interview trackside with T. Williams. We appreciate these little hits at the side of the track from our live people on the scene. Back to the boys. DMR, Ventura running, was in front, but I think this is Team Onalaska who has taken the lead here. Or sorry, no, it's Team DNA. But they go by, it says Team DNA on the shirt, but it is Team Onalaska, just confirming that. There's the handoff. So these are the 400-meter runners out on the track right now. Onalaska with the lead, Ventura running in second. and Episcopal School in third. Now, talk to me, Don, about the dynamics. Like the 400, like at some of the bigger, you get to the collegiate level, the 400 runners, they're really the sprinters. But now they're having to team up with pure distance runners. And we know we have different mindsets and mentality about how we approach the race. How does that go?
Yes, well, absolutely. So for this race, the fact that there's a 1,200 runner coming in, their speed doesn't match the speed that you want to go out in, right? So you have to slow that down just a tad because you don't want to drag them out too far because then that's where you can mess up the handoff. The team on Alaska, on his first leg, the way that he pushed around that 150 and really opened it up gave them the lead into the 400 so he could just power and not worry about anyone beside him, and he could just execute his race and go hard to that 200 and really focus on that last 150 coming home. And now, as you can see, they're in a pretty decent, like, I'm not going to say commanding, but a good lead right now where if everyone does their part, even if there's a reel that's coming from a second place team, Ventura, that it'll be a fight and not just a blow by.
Yeah, this is not over here. It's not like the women's race or the girls' race where there was a commanding lead by South Lakes here. Onalaska here with only about maybe a 15, 20-meter lead over Ventura running. And both runners look very good. In fact, physically, I would say the Ventura runner looks a little bit smoother and a little bit better at this stage, Don. But they're only running an 800 here, so it's only one lap to go before the handoff.
And this is what I love about track and field. We go from the ladies' events to a complete blowout. Now with the men, it's like Team Onalaska is being completely hunted. Ventura has them in their sight, and they're not going to let up until they reel them in and get them. This is what I love about you. Get a variety here, people, because Team Onalaska, like you said, he looks a little more tense. I see him. He's definitely rolling from heel to toe, which is good for, the fact that you have to do 2 laps. But, his eyes are like, OMG. They're coming for me. They're coming for me. I don't want to lose the lead that we have. That's always the pressure of being in the front. You're happy to be in the front, but you're like, I don't want to be the leg that loses that or loses any of it.
Alaska with the lead. This is the 800-meter runner coming into the handoff for the 1,600-meter runners. Now, there was some talk in the Bahamas World Athletics Relay Championships run. I don't know if you saw it. There was I at least saw some social media chatter about this, Don, is why don't they have the DMR at the World Relays Championship? I think that would be a fabulous addition. What do you think?
I think absolutely. I mean, they started with the mixed relay. We've added that portion. It's like, but this is the DMR has been here since forever. And then also gives people a chance to see a little bit of a mix of a sprinter, the 400 that kind of comes together with the distance runners. In the 1,200, you never really see somebody run that. I mean, 800 runners, they are okay with going up with another lap, but milers love coming down to a 1,200. So you just see that different variety of speed kind of engaging throughout these races.
Back to the action on the track. Team Onalaska working on this about 15-meter lead. 1 lap down with the 1,600. 3 to go. I would say this is tenuous at this stage. Ventura running has some possibilities here if they can get up onto terms. And if this runner from Ventura can just close this gap down a little bit, he will mentally feel like he is closer and really in it. This is their 4th runner, but it's staying roughly the same, and this can be frustrating if you're a trailing runner. You're looking up and you're looking ahead, but you're not making up any ground.
But I will say this, I feel like just a little bit, he's kind of reeled them in a little, but if you also, what athletes do is they're looking at his rhythm. So Ventura's looking at Team Onalaska and he's saying, okay, does he still look as strong as he did? Can I hold what I'm doing? Can I stay open? And right now, Ventura looks like they're staying really open and continuing to stay in that hunt. He's staying positive. The hard part is being in this first place position and not constantly looking back to see, am I being reeled in? Like, you have the fans that are screaming at you, but you're like, is it still 15 to 20 meters, or is it 15 now, or 10 meters now? It's just a hard position to be in to believe your rhythm is enough.
Well, it's back to what we were talking about with the massive lead that South Lakes had, and how the runner, is thinking different things, going on, with their body or other things. Here, even though he can't see the lead runner for Team Onalaska, he can't see the runner behind him. He probably senses that he's there. He knows he's
Yes. Oh,
lurking
absolutely.
about 10 or 15 meters back.
Yeah, and he just looked up on the Jumbotron, coming into that turn. He looked up to see where he is and, hoping that, okay, I got one more lap to go. I feel good, hoping the monkey doesn't jump on his back any sooner than it normally does. Because once again, when you're that anchor leg, you're like, my 3 teammates did their part. Even if they only put me 1 step ahead, they did their part to put me in the front, and I don't want to lose this. I don't know, Ventura's starting to open up. I can see him trying to make, see, doing that reel, that reel on his last lap.
He's coming, that distance is coming down ever so slightly. You were right, Don. It's just meter by meter being chipped away at, and Ventura running is now full of running and gaining ground. It's down to 5 meters with about 220 meters of running left. And Team Onalaska, I can see the shoulders tightening up, the arms, not as much swing anymore with the Team Onalaska runner. And we're going to have a great showdown down the straightaway. That's nice of one of the trailing runners to move out of the way. Little look back from Team Onalaska. He finally did have a peek back on the inside to see Ventura runner coming up. And here we go. It's going to be a dogfight to the line. Who wants it more? But I think that Team Onalaska is going to take the win. Ventura running just ran out of real estate. And it's going to be a super battle for this final spot on the podium. Who is going to take the win here? This is where the real showdown is going to take place between Loyola and Valhalla, battling it out right to the finish line. And I think it was Valhalla getting in there just ahead. Yes, so they will take the final spot on the podium. The winning time for Team Onalaska, 9:56. Ventura running in second at 9:57, and Valhalla in at 10:16.
First and second place broke the Hayward Field meet record. It was 9:59. Yes, I know. So that, once again, we saw that it was some competition. We saw that the two of them were pushing each other. And when you get pushed like this at a championship, you don't think about the time because you want to win it, but oftentimes records will fall when you go for it.
And there's that relay love again, Don. These guys, they're proud, they're happy. They did it together.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone, look, each leg was holding their breath. When the ankle leg was running, all 3 were like, please, 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 for a whole mile. So believe me, it's an exhale of relief.